See now that I, even I, am he, and there is no God with me. I kill, and I make alive. I wound, and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand.
Right now at 5, a family is heartbroken. A little boy will grow up without his father after he was shot and killed in his own home.
And adding to that grief, it was the 2-year-old little boy who accidentally pulled the trigger. Fox 46's Morgan Francis is live in Gastonia tonight. And Morgan, how did the family say this all unfolded?
Yeah, Lindsay, they're just shaken up about all of it. They say 29-year-old Markovia Durham just got the gun, and he normally keeps it hidden from his kids, but this time he didn't, and it cost him his life.
The daddy was sitting on the couch, and the baby got up on the couch and got the gun from behind, picked the gun up from behind the daddy, picked the gun up, not knowing that it was a real gun, and put it to the daddy's back and pulled the trigger, thinking the gun was a toy.
Family is still in shock over what happened inside this apartment on West 5th Avenue in Gastonia Sunday night. Phyllis Holland says her 2-year-old great-grandson shot and killed his dad, 29-year-old Markovia Durham. She says Durham just purchased the gun.
He kept the gun away from him. At that moment, he just wasn't thinking.
The noise so frightening, the toddler ran out the door. Neighbors say police officers swarmed this apartment complex around 9:30 p.m.
That little boy is going to go through something for the rest of his life, and it just hurts me because I have grandkids of my own.
Today, there were still pieces of crime scene tape on the ground outside the door. Holland says the family isn't placing blame on anyone. Right now, they're just trying to explain to the 2-year-old who keeps asking for his dad why he isn't around.
Another crime tracker tonight. A disagreement over a social media post may have led to a murder in Dixon County. News 2's Chelsea Beinfor attended a candlelight vigil for the victim, and she joins us tonight in the studio.
Yeah, Haley, the woman charged with Cornisha Northington's death tells News 2 she had not seen her for years, only kept up with her on social media. There's still a lot of questions surrounding the motive of the shooting, and the victim's family wants answers. Tonight they gathered and prayed along with her 2 children and the countless loved ones she leaves behind.
Father, we need you more than ever today, Father.
Almost 1 week ago, 38-year-old Cornisha Northington was shot and killed behind this home on Pond Rail Road in Dixon County.
She was a beautiful, loving, caring person.
Tonight, her friends and family gathered in her remembrance, praying and lighting candles just feet away from where she took her final breath.
I just hate that she's not here with us right now.
She was full of life.
She didn't deserve what happened to her.
Dixon County deputies say 41-year-old Lamisha Haynes is the one who pulled the trigger on Northington.
I guess I'm just going to ask you, did you do it?
I don't remember anything but waking up in jail.
Haynes spoke exclusively with News 2 from jail earlier this week, claiming she doesn't remember anything from the night of the shooting and admits she was high on drugs.
Cocaine, crystal meth, a little bit of alcohol.
She's charged with first-degree murder, but Northington's family says justice won't truly be served until Haynes is convicted.
Pierce County, a man accused of brutally beating a Tacoma security guard to death made his first appearance in court today.
Court documents claim that the JBLM Army Ranger was so drunk he doesn't even remember committing that crime. Q13 News reporter Frankie Thompson is live in Tacoma with today's unsettling new details. Frankie?
Jamie, a judge says 26-year-old Patrick Byrne is a danger to the community and set his bail at $2 million. The U.S. Army soldier faces 5 felony charges, including murder, for the brutal attack of 41-year-old Denise Nicole Smith. Today, Byrne's attorney says he is pleading not guilty on all 5 counts. Investigators say a drunken Byrne severely beat Smith while she was working as a security guard in Tacoma, trying to stop him from entering a building Sunday morning. Security cameras captured the moments before, during, and after the attack. Court documents say he barged his way past Smith into the building she was patrolling. When she grabbed Byrne by the shirt trying to stop him, the court documents say that's when he began beating her for 8 to 10 minutes. Prosecutors say Byrne grabbed Smith by her braids and dragged her like a rag doll while she was fighting for her life. The documents say Byrne choked Smith until her body went limp. When co-workers came in that morning to switch shifts, they found her bleeding and unresponsive on the ground. Investigators say she was practically unrecognizable when she was pronounced dead on the scene. Detectives say Byrne told them he was drinking and doesn't remember anything except waking up in a hospital.
For the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of God. And if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of God?
Right now at 5:30, a deadly and brazen shooting in Brooklyn. A woman is wanted for gunning another woman down at point-blank range. Welcome back. I'm Dick Brennan.
And I'm Christine Johnson. The shooting happened outside a Brooklyn apartment building. Police say the woman just walked up and then opened fire, and now they need to find her.
CBS 2's Dave Carlin talked with the victim's mother and is live in Crown Heights with more. Dave.
Christine and Dick, this is a shocking one, and police have not made any arrests in this case where a mom was lured to a spot on this street and then killed.
Y'all are killing me. Y'all killed my baby.
The victim's mother, Delia Berry, has not seen this shocking video of this blonde suspect who exits a double-parked white sedan and appears both casual and determined as she walks up to her unsuspecting victim, Delia Johnson, and raises her gun. We stopped the video here just before the 42-year-old was executed with a bullet to the back of her head.
I never dreamed of losing any of my children to this kind of violence.
She says the daughter she named after herself had no enemies that her family knew of.
Her community loved her, and that's real. Delia didn't care if you was down on your luck and was hungry. She would feed you.
Here is the victim's youngest sister.
She would give you the clothes right off her back, right there and then, no matter where you was, if you needed something, she would give it to you. Messenger did not deserve that.
Family members say Johnson was lured to the spot where she died on Franklin Avenue at Prospect Place around 9:45 Wednesday night. The apparent setup and ambush was a few blocks away from her home in this apartment building. Johnson had been at a funeral earlier in the day, and witnesses say also at that funeral was the woman who killed her. A vigil will be held Friday night after Johnson's daughter arrives in Brooklyn from Baltimore.
I have a 17-year-old granddaughter. Her mother not here. My granddaughter signed up for the Air Force. So when she finishes school next year, that's where she's going. She's gonna be somebody.
Two messages for the community from this grieving family. First, find the woman who killed Johnson. And second,
stop the violence, because it's too much.
Children, obey your parents in all things, for this is well-pleasing unto the Lord. But he that doeth wrong shall receive for the wrong which he hath done, and there is no respect of persons.
30 begins with a disturbing discovery during a traffic stop in Baltimore County. Police found the bodies of two children inside of a car's trunk. Their aunt has been charged in this case, and get this, according to court documents, one of the children may have died more than a year ago. Ava Joy Burnett has more.
33-year-old Nicole Johnson faces several charges, including 2 counts of child abuse that resulted in the death of 2 children under 13. Baltimore County Police say an officer pulled Johnson over late Wednesday night, and when the officer told her that the car had to be towed because the tags were fake, the officer detected the unmistakable odor of decomposition. At one point, the officer even noticed that the clear bag contained maggots inside. According to the department, after repeated requests from the officer, Johnson removed the blanket, exposing the decomposing body of a young child. And after a search, officers found a plastic bag that was tied up. The bag was opened, revealing another decomposing body of a young child. Police say those kids were her 7-year-old niece, Jocelyn Johnson, and her 5-year-old nephew, Larry O'Neill. Johnson told police she was taking care of the kids because their mother wasn't able to, but the mom told police she tried to get her kids back, and in March of 2021, she arranged to have the children returned, but the defendant never showed. According to the documents, the little girl may have been dead since last year. The aunt told police that in May of 2020, when they were staying at an inn off Pulaski Highway, she hit the little girl, and the girl fell and hit her head. Johnson described placing her niece inside a suitcase and carrying her around in a car for many months. And according to the documents, Johnson also told police that the little boy had an injury about 2 months ago and he never woke up, and that she placed his deceased body in the plastic tote and kept him in the trunk with a sister.
Last night, how your birthday girl? Our birthday girl. I got one message for you right now.
The just Lord is in the midst thereof. He will not do iniquity. Every morning doth he bring his judgment to light, he faileth not. But the unjust knoweth no shame.